Islamic Fintech has evolved from the foundational principles of Islamic finance to leverage the latest technology from digital banking to blockchain and AI, starting with early Islamic banking in the 1960s. The sector is now becoming a dynamic global industry. Hello and welcome to Islamic Finance Weekly. I am Rahma Saeed Muhammad. And today with me, joining me virtually is Shehu Ibrahim Alfa, the Managing Director of Bell Microfinance Bank, to discuss with me today Islamic financial technology and financial inclusion. Hello, Ibrahim Alfa. Welcome on the show.
Thank you very much, Rama.
All right. Without further ado, we just dive right into our first conversation of today. So, can you give us a brief overview of what Islamic fintech is and how it differs from conventional, fintech, highlighting Islamic finance, Islamic fintech's core principles?
Islamic fintech majorly refers to a financial technology that adheres to Islamic Sharia principles. So, of course, this includes a range of financial services and products that are compliant with Islamic. These are the non-prohibition, the prohibition of riba, that is interest, and misery, that has to do with gambling, and of course, risk sharing, which has to do with both parties, both the Islamic banks and the investors or saving partners share the kind of risk on the business that they are investing in, and also, of course, Islamic finance encourages social responsibility like charitable giving, like zakah. So, of course, in totality, we just have to say Islamic fintech is a Sharia compliant and adherence to Sharia law and guidelines in totality.
Thank you so much for that brief overview. Then we'll talk about the next thing, which is how do Islamic fintech solutions uniquely address financial inclusion compared to the conventional fintech? I mean, we can hardly talk about anything finances and not talk about financial inclusion. So how, do this Islamic fintech solutions address this, especially in a multicultural society like Nigeria?
Just like you said, the non-interest digital banking system, they have really played a vital role in promoting financial inclusion in Nigeria. Although this is an emerging sector with very little player, we can see that the mass adoption of non-interest banking in northern Nigeria. For instance, let me go to the other counterparts of the conventional banks like Taj Bank. We have seen a lot of growth in terms of financial inclusion because most people that are from the northern side, which is predominantly Muslims, are usually have this belief that you can't have a financial transaction until it's Islamically approved. You understand? So they believe in terms of getting finance and, of course, doing financial transaction, it has to be Islamically approved. So we can see the growth that which the likes of Taj Bank are having in the northern part of Nigeria. It's hardly to see a conventional bank opening a new branch, but as to see in Kano, Kaduna, and most of the northern states, we have witnessed a lot of unprecedented growth in the Islamic banking system. So when it comes to the fintech arm, it breaks a lot of barriers, you understand, where conventional banks cannot really reach in the rural areas and stuff like that. We believe fintech has played and is playing a major role in the financial inclusion when it comes to people really getting financial services and mostly financing their businesses. I believe digital literacy has also played a vital role. For instance, our clerics are really trying in terms of making people aware that the financial institutions that are coming up with the likes of Taj Bank and Jai's Bank, Lotus Bank are really Islamic compliant, and of course, you are always free to do businesses with this financial institutions. So I believe fintech is breaking more eyes than the conventional banks, like the likes of Moneypoint, where they have gone to and stuff like that. So the non-interest fintech is going to go places, and I believe has a tendency of unleashing a lot of labs that are and communities that are financially excluded to be financially included.
So thank you so much for that. Thank you for enlightening us on that. So let's look at how emerging technologies like blockchain and artificial intelligence AI help Islamic fintech reach unbanked populations while maintaining Sharia compliance. I mean, you explained to us, how, digital banking taps areas that don't have access to going to the banks. So now there is fintech and then there is non-interest fintech. So how does, AI and blockchain play a role in this?
Blockchain has a significant relevance in terms of Islamic finance, fintech. It brings about trust and transparency, and
Yeah.
of course, when executing businesses between the bank and the users, there is something we call smart contracts. These smart contracts are not editable. You cannot manipulate them. They are contracts that both parties will feel very, very safe to execute any kind of businesses. So I feel blockchain is coming in the right time to go with the financial compliance of Islamic Sharia law. So it brings transparency, and of course, Islamic Sharia is all about transparency. Everything is done openly, and all products being used within the financial system has to be highly transparent.
Yeah.
So, in terms of the AI, it can be used, of course, as a tool. You can kind of monitor financial transactions and understand if they are halal compliant or not. So these two emerging technology has a significant role to play in the financial in the Islamic financial fintech solution.
Thank you so much for that. Let's talk about what role do Islamic digital banks play in promoting financial inclusion. I mean, you're the managing director of Bell Microfinance Bank, which is a startup, hardly a year. So let's have your success story. Share with us that how do digital banks play a role in serving the underserved communities?
Thank you very much, Rahama. I'm looking at the antecedents of other Islamic banking banks that have thrived in the north and have done uh, good things. So we
Right.
have seen the response to from majorly the investors and people that save money into banks because they believe more in the financial system of that Islam has approved. So we believe there is a very, very big market there. And that's what really prompted us to go for the license, and which we have acquired. And of course, we have just started 3 months ago, and we have been seeing growth because it's easier to sell when it comes to the society that we are, and developing a product, most especially that has to do with loans and advances. It's easier to sell in terms of our geographical location. So we have done a lot in terms of research, and we believe with this system that we have, so many people would definitely patronize the Islamic system, regardless of the religion, because it serves all geographical locations.
Thank you for that. I love the fact that you mentioned regardless of your religion, because oftentimes when we have conversations like this, people tell us the first people that patronize them are actually the non-Muslims. So that sentiment of, oh, Islamic fintech or non-interest fintech or whatever is for the Muslim populace is really not it. So let's look at regulatory frameworks. So how are regulatory frameworks evolving to support the growth of Islamic fintech, and what are the key challenges fintech startups face ensuring compliance across different regions?
Okay, I think this boils down to the product that we are selling.
Mm.
Just like I said, the Islamic product does not have a boundary of religion. And as you rightly said, uh, non-Muslims are the major patronizers of the Islamic
Wow.
finance because, of course, when you come to having awareness of Islamic and digital solutions, the North, we are still left behind, which are predominantly Muslims. And I believe with the invent of fintech solutions, we could create products that are going to align CBN regulations, and of course, these products we believe will sell within the geographical location. Uh, a typical example is one of the biggest fintech in the country, does Money Point. They are at the moment are the leading in terms of loans and advances because they have less barriers in accessing loans. But there is a major push from the northern angle to put them to have a product that is Islamically financed product that is non-interest and it adheres with the Islamic regulations. So, and I think with the information I'm having, they are working towards that, and of course, going to have a product that will be out there very, very soon. So, I believe there is all potentiality, and the regulatory framework is a little bit of challenges, but I'm sure there are way out.
All right. Thank you so much, Shehu Alfa. Thank you so much for spreading your knowledge with us, and thank you for coming on the show virtually.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rahma. It's a pleasure.
All right. Even though fintech is just emerging, fintech has proven significant growth all over the region. I mean, we see how Islamic finance is inculcating digital banking into its operations. And like we've heard from Shehu Alfa, how, the Islamic fintech has revolutionized and is tapping the unbanked populations. Well, with that, I say, don't forget to keep it to test and stick on the program. Follow us on all of our social media platforms displayed on the screen. Thank you for watching, and I am Rahma Say Muhammad.